Hello my disco dollies, my disco babes. If you are a returning subscriber, then welcome back, and if you're a new viewer, then hello. Today I'm making a video on some festival essentials and packing tips, especially if you're going away to some festivals in the Netherlands, hard dance festivals. And if you're camping, you're going on a plane, you're limited with space and you're like, what the hell do I bring? Well, your gal has got you covered here. I'll give some of my best festival essential tips and advice. If you're an organised person like myself, you will probably find this video actually very handy. I'm also making this for myself to look back on because God knows when another festival is going to happen and I'll probably have forgotten all my essentials. So yeah, this video might come in handy for you organised lot, or if those that have been before just want to see if there's any other things that they could possibly bring. A lot of this stuff I'm bringing just personally has helped me at festivals I've been to, and a lot of things as well I'm going to mention are quite new to me that I found from other videos which I thought were really good ideas, so I'm just going to share some of the tips. Have a list here, how prepared am I? I keep it on my laptop because in the past I went to quite a few festivals and this came in really handy, and I will also be sharing it with you. So I split it into 4 sections, one being the document checklist, which has probably got to be the most important thing. I'm starting the video with the most important things that would really, you need to bring with you basically. And some camping stuff as well, some tips for things like that, and some toiletries. I'll show you the kind of toiletries I'm bringing, and I will also show you some clothes, which would be a really good idea to bring as well. So let's get into the video. The most important things I would definitely say to bring to the festival and have it organised beforehand would be all your documents. So the most important thing I would say is your passport. Found it here. Now if you're going on a plane, then you're definitely going to want to be bringing your passport, and make sure it's in date because there's so many people I know that have had holidays booked a week later and realised that their passport's actually expired, so they have to spend so much money to try and get their passport delivered to them the next day, because if your passport is expired then you're not allowed to travel and you could be essentially missing out on the best weekend of your life at this festival. So make sure that your passport is in date, because it's happened to my sister before and I think it's maybe how much money, like £100 or something like that to get it delivered the next day. And also as well, keep it in a folder with all your other documents. I'll talk about my documents in here. Keep it in a folder and keep it in your bag. Have it prepared months in advance. Keep it in your wee bag. I'm just a prepared person, so I just can't imagine just forgetting these things, but it happens unfortunately, and it seems so obvious that your passport is the most important thing, but it sometimes just slips people's minds. And when I went into Fatality last year, I won't name who it is, but if you're watching, then we're thinking about you still. What happened was that we were flying to Eindhoven and there was direct flights from Edinburgh, but there wasn't from Glasgow, and I'm from Glasgow, so it takes about an hour to drive to Edinburgh. And we left in plenty of time. We got to the airport and we were meant to meet our friend there, and our friend realised that they had left their passport at home. Oh my god, you can't imagine just how gutted you would be, and it takes an hour to get back. So the flight was in an hour, so it would take them 2 hours. There just wasn't enough time, so unfortunately they missed out on Fatality Raw Outdoor Festival in 2019, which was so sad. So just don't be that guy. Make sure you have your passport, because at least with flight tickets and festival tickets you can have them on your phone, but you can't have that for your passport. So please make sure you have your passport and that it's in date as well. So it would be a good idea just to have a folder of all your important documents in it, just like what I do. I do this for every festival. So as you can see, this was for DEF CON 2020, but we all know how that went. I was that organised that I had all these tickets printed off. So if you go to a hard dance festival and you're staying at the actual festival site, you have 2 separate tickets. You'll have your weekend ticket, which is the entrance to the festival basically, and you'll have your accommodation ticket. It is 2 separate tickets. A lot of people think that your day ticket, your weekend ticket is part of your accommodation. It's not, it's 2 separate tickets. So you've got your accommodation ticket and your entrance festival ticket, so make sure you have them. You could have them on your phone, but you know, phones are unreliable. You just don't know what's going to happen. They could be out of charge. It's just such a good idea. Print it off, and you've also got like a little scrapbook thing. I'm quite sentimental that way. I like printing things off. I can be a bit old-fashioned that way, so print it off. Also with your flight tickets, you could also have them on your phone as well for backup, and also travel insurance. Travel insurance is a really good idea to take out, especially if you are going to a festival, because it's quite a high risk festival. You know, there's drink, there's drugs, there's sunshine, you're more prone to an accident, and it won't be fun if you're stuck in another country without travel insurance. You've got a broken leg, you're stuffed basically. That's you paying so much money in medical expenses. So to take out insurance for a weekend is only like £5 maximum. Shop around, and it's just nice to have that. So keep it in your folder along with your tickets, your passport, flight tickets, any other travel information. If you have some sort of medical problem as well, keep it all in one folder and keep this in your backpack, and keep checking your bag that you've got it, because you could drop it in the airport and that's all your documents gone. So this is going to be your most important thing to take with you to a festival in your essentials. Another thing as well that's really important is to buy the currency before you go. So for example, when I'm going to the festivals in the Netherlands, we have euros, and I think having it in a clear plastic purse is a really good idea, because you're standing at the bar, probably half cut, and you're trying to figure out where the hell this 5 is in your purse. But I have this one and it's so good because you can see, and you can also see the wee kind of coins as well. Yeah, this is just left over from the festivals I went to last year, wasn't last year, year before now. And always get your euros beforehand, because they're usually much cheaper in a post office, or Ramsden's as well, if you know where that is. They tend to have the best currency exchange rate. You don't want to be paying an absolute fortune. You'll be getting ripped off if you get them in the airport, and you'll be getting ripped off in the country over wherever you're going to. If you lift money, a lot of the bank machines have a charge on the machines, and you don't really want that. Just be prepared. And don't rely on your card, because especially festivals, they might not have a card machine there. I know some do, but they have a charge, and you have to swap your currency for tokens at the festival. I'll probably talk about that later on in the video, but just be prepared and have everything sorted before you go. Documents, euros, passports. Can't stress how important that is. Moving on to the second most important part of this video, I'm going to talk about is some camping stuff. This is going to vary on what accommodation that you had bought. If you're staying at a hotel and you'll travel into the festival and you'll be going home every night, but sometimes you can get accommodation where you're staying at the festival site. So for example, I stayed in a TP Pro at DEF CON last year, and the year before that I stayed in cabins. So they had different facilities and different things that you could use, so you could kind of determine like what you needed to bring and what you didn't need to bring. So for example, in the cabins when I went to DEF CON in 2018, they provided towels for us, they provided electricity, you had separate showers from the rest of them. It was like the luxury camping type thing, and it's worth it. It was worth it. It was so much fun. I would definitely do it again. So check on whatever your accommodation is, check what they have, so it would save you from bringing like a towel, for example, or an extra blanket, just things like that. When we stayed in teepees, they didn't have towels, but there was beds and there was electricity. Just check what accommodation has what, so it just saves you from bringing stuff and space, because when you're traveling on a plane you don't have that much space and you're limited with your liquids and things like that, and you don't want to be carrying all this stuff with you and you're not going to use it. Also as well, check on the festival website what you're allowed to bring in. For example, you might not be allowed to bring in glass bottles, and only a certain % of alcohol is allowed. So you couldn't have a bottle of vodka, for example. You know, it's too strong. Some festivals don't allow that. Some don't allow travel barbecues as well, which is understandable because it can cause fires and some of the tents are quite flammable. So check the website what you're allowed to bring in. Anyway, moving on to some stuff I think would be a really good idea to take with you. And one of our friends last year at DEF CON brought a collapsible water carrier. I don't have this to show you, but I will insert a picture to show you what I mean. But this is a really good idea because sometimes you're camped quite far away from the water filling stations. So what you do, you just have this collapsible water carrier. You can get big or small ones. Take it up to the filling stations and fill it right up. Take it back to your tent or your TP, wherever you're staying. And it's just handy because if you need a drink and you're thirsty, you don't need to go back to these stations with your mini bottles. You've got this big one that you just turn the tap on and just pour some water into that. And it's also really handy for washing your hair. Somebody could be standing up with the carrier and pouring it over. You could be washing your hair and your body and all that kind of stuff, and it saves you from going in a big long line at the showers. Also as well, at night time when you want to brush your teeth, like nobody can be bothered going back to the water filling stations, so you got your toothbrush and your water carrier and you just turn the tap and that's you, got some running water right there. Another really good thing to take with you is some portable chargers. Depending on what accommodation you're staying in, you might be paying for electricity. So for example, in the cabins and TP Pro that I stayed in, they had electricity so you could charge your phone at night time, but you might be staying in a tent, there's no electricity to be seen. Take some portable chargers with you. I got this off Amazon, it's Ankler, I'll link it down below if anyone's curious about it or wanting to buy one. It is the perfect size for taking with you, especially in the daytime. And you could have a big one at night time that charges your phone. I'll also link some of those down below on Amazon if anyone's interested in buying them. But I have two of these, one I would keep back at the tent and one I would take with me in my bum bag for during the day. There's nothing worse when your phone's out of charge, you've lost your friend and you want to take a picture and your phone's out of charge, you're absolutely screwed. So yeah, definitely a portable charger would come in very, very handy. Another thing, if you're charging your phone at night time, make sure you just charge your phone until it's fully charged and plug it back out again, because some portable chargers, they just keep charging your phone and it runs them right down low and you might have only a limited amount of portable chargers with you. I was meant to be staying in some festipies at Intense and Defcon last year, but obviously again we know how that went, it didn't happen, and I would have no access to any electricity, so I had bought loads of portable chargers. So it's really handy to have quite a few with you because you don't know how your phone's going to be and you want to take videos and pictures and that kind of thing, so be prepared. Another really good thing to take is a towel. Take one with you that you don't mind getting absolutely destroyed. Some of the accommodations will definitely provide you with towels, but some might not, and you want to have a excuse me, might want to have a shower, so take a towel with you. And it might even be raining at the festival, so it's just nice to have that kind of extra towel. Don't take a big huge one because that'll just take up far too much space. Just take a nice wee small one with you, and you could leave it at the festival if you don't want to take it home, but we're not all about that waste. Take things home with us because it's good for the environment. Another good thing to take, I thought about buying, was a foil blanket for nighttime. Now it is absolutely freezing during night time at the festivals, so no matter how hot it is during the day, it will be Baltic at night time. So a foil blanket I thought would be a really good idea. I'll link that down below as well, and I'll also put a wee picture up here of what I mean. It just keeps you warm at night, I think, might keep the heat in, so it might just be a good idea. They come in wee packets, it wouldn't hurt to take it. Also as well is a rain poncho. It might rain during the festival, it might not, so the festival might provide some rain ponchos. But it might just be nice to have your own wee one, especially when it's like a humid day. You don't want to have a big jacket on. Sometimes those wee ponchos are brilliant and they just look so funny with people cutting about with these rain ponchos on, so that might be a good idea as well. I'll link it down below and I'll also put a wee picture. Obviously depending on what accommodation again you have booked for, pre-set up tents or you buy the tent over there and set it up yourself. This will completely depend whether or not you need to bring, you know, sleeping bags and stuff with you. It might be good if you lived over there and you didn't have the hassle of getting on a flight, but sometimes I think it's just worth paying that extra bit of money to stay in accommodation at the festival that's already set up for you. So like a cabin or a teepee where there's already beds and sleeping bags provided, because getting on a plane with all that stuff, you need to pay extra money to add on an extra case or add on extra equipment, and the money you spend adding that on and then buying the tent and whatever, it can just cost just as much as just buying a package where things are set up for you. But again, if that's what you want to do, then definitely buy some sleeping bags, buy some tents. I will link some below that I think would be really good to take with you, some that are not too bulky as well. You could even take some extra blankets and things because of how cold it gets. I brought so many pairs of fluffy socks at night time and I wore them all and they worked wonders. Another thing I thought, I actually stole this idea from another video, but the girl, she talked about, I think I'll try and link her down below because obviously I don't want to steal her ideas and stuff, but she talked about getting some fairy lights and to put that up on the inside of your tent or wherever you're staying, and it just kind of so you're not completely left in the dark at night time, and use some cable ties. Bring cable ties with you to tie it up around the inside of the tent, or you could wrap it around the outside so that you can identify which tent of yours is yours, because at the festival sites there's just a big sea of tents and you're stumbling around, you're pissed and you can't find your tent, but you go, wait, there's mine with the fairy lights. So bring some batteries and some fairy lights and maybe just a few cable ties to keep it together. And you might even, if you've got some space, want to bring a kind of canopy sheet with you so you can tie it for some shade, because last year at DEF CON it was absolutely roasting and you're out in the middle of a field, there's no shade whatsoever. So we kind of thought that would be a really good idea to have is some sort of shade. You could tie it between two people's tents and just have some sort of shade, because it was absolutely roasting and the sun's beating down on you. You're exhausted already and the festival hasn't even started yet. Another kind of camping tip I would say is to bring some earplugs with you. Now these can be so handy at night time because the festival site is so noisy all the time, especially during the night. At DEF CON last year we camped next to some Australians, and God love them, they were hilarious, but oh my god, they were so noisy. It's 4 in the morning, you've not even slept yet, your back is screaming. This might just help to drown out some of the noise. And maybe a sleeping mask as well, because 7 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock, that's usually the quietest time of the campsite, and the sun's beating, well not the sun, the light is kind of beating down on your tent and your body's like, hold on a minute, I should be getting up now, and you're just like, no, this is like the perfect time to sleep. So sleeping mask would help to kind of blacken out that sun beating down on your tent. Also as well, you might want to invest in some really good quality earplugs. I do have some proper earplugs that are meant to kind of cancel out the kind of harmful bass of the music. A lot of people are like, oh, why would you wear earplugs? Like, oh, you're not a true fan of the music, like all that stuff. And you're just like, I don't want to be deaf when I'm 30, let's just put it that way, because the music is so loud over there. Like, it really does kind of take you aback. It's quite gobsmacking how loud the music is. So definitely protect your ears. I would sometimes put them in at raves in Glasgow, and sometimes I would take them out during the night, but you do notice a difference from them. They do protect your hearing, and your hearing's not as muffled the next day. It's not as sore on your ears, so invest in a good pair of earplugs. If you're going to a lot of festivals and a lot of raves, like, you don't want to be the one with hearing aids when you're older, let's just put it that way. It's called tinnitus, yeah.
I've had it.
We've all had it. Another thing you want to take is some plastic bags. These would be good if you had some wet clothes and you want to keep them separate from the rest of your other clothes. Keep it in there, and also use them, maybe some bin bags as well, because you would be surprised how much rubbish that you actually produce when you're at a festival. It's crazy, and it just helps the cleaners. You know, I know people are paid to kind of clean up after a festival, and I know it's a bomb site, but you know, we're not about that kind of guilty. I've been guilty of doing it as well, but just kind of take things home with you, and if you do have rubbish, put it in a bin bag and keep it somewhere in your tent. It just kind of keeps the area clean and you feel better and you're more organised. I'm just an organised person, I just like these things, so if you're like me, then this would be a good thing to bring, is some bin bags. It might be worth bringing some breakfast bars and some breakfast snacks. I had this as an example to use in my video, but I got hungry so I ate it. This is just a My Protein brownie. It's quite high in calories, so these are a really good idea if you wake up in the morning, you're absolutely starving and the food vans are miles away from where you're camped. You've got some cereal bars with you, and it just helps you give that extra boost before you can actually get something proper to eat when you're at the festival. It could also be like 4 in the morning and you're absolutely starving. You could just be wanting a wee packet of crisps and just munch on them, no bother, that's you ready to go. This tip might be more for my gals, but when you're at a festival, there's no mirrors really around, and if you want to look pretty, some people aren't bothered about the way they look when they go to a festival, but I do, and it makes me feel good. And you know, if some people just like looking pretty, bring a mirror with you. I bring this with me. Oh, there's there's Lee. This mirror comes with me. I know it's big, but I hate bringing compact ones. You can barely see, and I feel like my makeup goes so bad if I use the compact mirrors. If that doesn't bother you, take a compact mirror with you, but I take this with me. I always have a mini suitcase and this goes in it. It's got my name on it. I've had it ever since I was wee. But it's so handy, you just prop it up, and I can guarantee you if you're with some other people, they will be using that mirror as well. So it's not just you that you're packing for, you will be packing for your friends as well. So take a mirror with you. And again, if you like looking pretty at a festival, you could take some travel straighteners with you, you could take a travel hairdryer. I would definitely take my straighteners with me. I wouldn't bother with a hairdryer, I would just let my hair air dry, and I would just straighten or curl or style my hair with the straighteners. And there is actually, in some of the kind of bathroom facilities at these festivals, they do have plugs and mirrors there, so you could just do it there. But again, that depends on your package that you go for. For the TP Pros at DEF CON, they had separate shower facilities to people that might actually be using their own tents. And if you do the luxury camping, such as the cabins, they have also their own separate showers away from the kind of the TPs and the other tents, and they're actually really well kept. So if you like your cleanliness, if that's what you're into, then buying a package like that. But yeah, just take a mirror with you. That's what I would do. And if you are having showers at a festival, then oh my lord, I think this is probably going to be one of the most important tips, is to take sliders or flip-flops with you. You could just buy some cheap ones out of Primark, and you know, dump them at the festival when you're done in the bin, but we're not all about that waste. Like, take things home with you, because you spent some money on them flip-flops, they could be doing you another festival. You can get flip-flops for 50p. I've had these forever. These come to festivals with me, and trust me, you do not want to be putting your feet on that nasty ass floor. Like, you could end up with verrucas, you could end up with some sort of STD on your foot, and oh my lord, that would not be fun. So yeah, I think when it gets to the Sunday, the festival, and you have a shower, Jesus, you should see the inside of them. They are pretty nasty, so definitely bring sliders with you. Another essential, I think is pretty obvious, is a bum bag. I got this one out of Victoria's Secret quite a while ago when I was shopping in Glasgow. It just clips at the back, and I quite like this bum bag because it's got a kind of belt. It doesn't look too bum baggy, and it's bright pink, and that is just my kind of vibe. So it's a decent size, it's got a kind of main pocket. It's been through a lot, this bum bag. It's probably been to every festival I've been to, and it's got a front pocket as well. And I will be showing you in the video what I put in my bum bag as well, so stay tuned. So I think that pretty much covers the camping stuff of the video. If I come up with any more ideas, I will definitely be firing that in. So we'll be moving on to the toiletry part, which is a very important part. This might apply to all my gals and all my boys. We gals, we use quite a lot of lotions and potions, let's just put it that way, and definitely me as well. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving, you know, to another country at a festival and not having these certain things with me, because you never know what's going to happen, and chances are somebody that you're with has forgotten it, so they will be using some of your stuff as well. So I usually pack for myself, for my boyfriend, and also some of my friends as well. So yeah, if you're traveling in a big group, it might be a good idea just to have 3 bottles of things between you. So 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner, and 1 body wash, and you could all use it as a group. It saves you guys bringing things individually, but I like to have my own things. I like my own products, and the 2 of you might want to go in the showers at the same time, and one of you has the bottles, and it's just good having your own things with you. So I will show you what I have got from Superdrug. All of these are travel sized because you're going on a plane, and if you're not checking in a case to go onto the plane, you're just taking it through security. You'll have to put all your liquids in a bag, and it's not very big, to be honest, and I have a lot of stuff, so usually it's just worth paying that extra money just to put another case under the plane that everybody can put their own stuff into, and you don't need to worry about it getting confiscated at security. You can definitely buy all this stuff at just a normal kind of drugstore. Superdrug, Boots, Semichem, I don't know what kind of other pharmacies you guys have, but I got these out of Superdrug, and I have a matching shampoo and conditioner. I like things to be kind of better quality, because I brought a kind of cheaper one with me to some of the festivals, and some of them just didn't wash your hair. It still looked a bit greasy. I don't know if it was just the water over there, it's slightly different, but yep, shampoo and conditioner, and these can easily fit into your wee travel sized bag. Another one as well, some body wash. This is just some Sanex, and it's nice and small, and you definitely won't use all this in one weekend, so this could do all the festivals for your summer. You know, you don't need to buy all these separate for each individual festival. They will definitely come in handy in any future stays or sleepovers or festivals, so yeah. Also as well, a wee loofah, mini loofah, you know, do the business. So yeah, I also got this out of Superdrug. That would be really handy to take with you. Probably one of the most important toiletries to take with you is some sun cream. I got these out of Superdrug. I wouldn't even bother taking the 15, 20 stuff. Take the high sun cream with you because it is absolutely roasting at some of these festivals. You're at a stage in the middle of the field, there's no clouds in the sky, there's no shade, the sun's beating down on you, and it's not fun having any sunburn. Your skin feels gross, you're sweaty, you're sunburnt, you're dehydrated. Wouldn't be me. One of my friends last year also got severely burnt at DEF CON, and Jesus, it looked sore, and I was like, thank God that is not me. I absolutely slapped on the sun cream. So I've got this banana boat. This is actually a baby sun cream, but it's really good because it's for babies. It's more kind of strong, I guess. So I would put the 50 on my shoulders, and I would put some 30 on just all over my body, and I would take one of these with me in my bum bag because it might be the whole day before you go back to your teepee or your tent. So I'll show you after I've showed you all the toiletries what I would put in my bum bag, but this would definitely be going in my bum bag. Also pretty much an essential, I would say, for everybody to take to a festival with them is some wipes. These are just some simple makeup wipes. They're travel sized. I wouldn't bother buying a whole pack because they really do take up quite a lot of room, and this can just go in nice and neatly into your bag. And some other wipes for other things, wiping down your hands and going to the toilet and that. Bring a roll of toilet roll with you. In fact, bring 2 rolls of toilet roll with you because sometimes there's no loo roll left in the portaloos and you're just like, what am I going to use? So bring your own stuff with you, definitely. Some deodorant as well. This is just a Nivea one, also from Superdrug. This is pretty much an essential as well. You're going to be sweaty and you're probably going to be kind of smelly as well at the festival, so take some travel size deodorant with you. For my ladies as well, these Femme Fresh wipes come in so handy. I just bought these, to be honest, because I thought they were so cute and they were so small. They probably might be a wee bit better than the simple. Not for taking your makeup off, but these would be probably better than just your average kind of baby wipes. They're really small, so they could, you know, take up hardly any space. So I got these out of Home Bargains. So if you're in there and you see them, then yeah, they're nice and cute. Another essential I cannot leave any festival without, genuinely can't even leave the house without this stuff, is dry shampoo. I know it's not the best for your hair, but if you're at a festival and even after you've had a shower you're still sweaty, sometimes a spray of this in the morning can just stop your hair from getting so greasy. I have 2 of these, but I would only really take one. This one's my favourite. It's just the original kind of clean one. This one smells a bit more tropical, but this you can get in Boots, you can get in Superdrug. They're travel size, they'll fit anywhere, and sometimes you might not even want to have a shower at the festival, which is totally understandable, so just have some dry shampoo and it works wonders. If you're like me and you love being tanned and you hate yourself being pale, one thing I wish I did when I was at DEF CON is put on fake tan because I look so washed out in some of the pictures. So I had bought one of these mini Bondi Sands. These can go through the airport. They are, I think they're 100 mils, yep, 100 mils, so you could put that in your airport bag with a wee kind of mini tanning mitt and you could tan at the festival. But see, to be honest, when I was at DEF CON it was so hot and so sweaty that you probably wouldn't have wanted to because it would just be so sticky and you'd be so uncomfortable. So I understand if people don't want to tan, but I like looking good. Again, some people are there not just to look good but also to enjoy the music, but we can be both. We can still look good and we can still enjoy the music. So yeah, maybe if you're interested, fake tan, even if you're going away on holiday breaks, I still think having this is a really good idea. Yeah, and if you like your hair looking nice, maybe a travel sized hairspray. This is probably the best hairspray I've ever used. It's got to be glued. It glues your hair in place. It is not going anywhere. So if you've maybe done a wee curl or 2 at the festival, maybe just fire some of this in. It just kind of keeps it nice and kind of in place. But if you're limited with your space, meh. I wouldn't say this is an essential, but it's for those of you that like having your hair done. Boys as well. My boyfriend uses this stuff sometimes and he really likes it. So yeah, again, pretty obvious. We've got, this is a toothbrush holder. I think I got this out of Primark. This is really good because it keeps your toothbrush contained. You know, you don't know what all kinds of bugs are going on in the festival. So yep, wee toothbrush there and toothbrush holder. Got this from Primark. Really, really handy. And to take with you, plus it's pink, and I also have a white one as well. And take a mini toothpaste. You will not use all the toothpaste. In fact, this will probably do your whole group if you're traveling with one. Just use like a teeny bit at a time. It might be a good idea to take some sort of first aid stuff with you, like plasters And I also have this wee teeny pot of pseudo cream. This kind of has antiseptic stuff in it, so if you have a wee cut or a blister, pop some pseudo cream on. I can't remember where I got this. I think I got it from Home Bargains, so that might just be another really good idea. And also taking some painkillers with you. Take a strip of paracetamol and take a strip of ibuprofen, and also some ibuprofen gel as well, because your back, you're doing a lot of walking at these festivals. You'd be surprised just how sore your back can be, and having some ibuprofen gel that you can rub on, or even some deep heat as well. These are from Boots, ibuprofen gel or deep heat. This is really strong, by the way. This really does make your back burn, but oh my god, does it work. It works so well. So having that kind of extra kind of painkillery type thing to stop your back from being so sore is a really good idea. Also, just a wee disclaimer, especially for DEF CON and every other kind of festival I've been to, if you are taking some sort of medication with you, whether that be paracetamol or ibuprofen, it's better having it in your name. So for example, when I went to a festival, I had antibiotics with me, and they were trying to get me to bin them because, I mean, too right, they don't know what's in it. You could be sneaking drugs in, like, they just don't know. They tried to make me bin it, but I said, listen, like, it is prescribed. I had the box with me, it is prescribed to me, so because it had my name on it, they allowed that. But they actually made me bin so many painkillers because, again, you could be sneaking drugs in, so I totally understand why they make you bin a lot of these things. But the next year, what I did for the festival is I actually kind of hid these around my suitcase. I put them in shoes and I hid them up the inside of my suitcase. A little tip there for you, because sometimes they'll check your suitcase, sometimes they won't. And if you're at a festival and there's no painkillers whatsoever, like, you might be struggling. I know I certainly would anyway, so it might even be a good idea just to take the gel, because at least it's a gel, like, they know it's not in pill form. But I like having painkillers with me, so you could ask the GP to kind of write a prescription for you in your name, but just sneak them around your case. Like, it really isn't that hard. One thing I cannot leave the house without, I cannot go out drinking without, especially to the pub and clubs and whatever, is my Rennies. I don't know if it's because I'm getting a bit older, I'm more susceptible to heartburn, but oh my god, I love my Rennies. Everybody who knows me, I carry these everywhere. If you have heartburn, like, no bother, pop a Rennie and you are ready to go. So you probably don't need the whole box, probably just take a strip with you and that would do you the whole weekend. They really do work. Gaviscon as well is just as good. They are quite handy to have, especially if you've been drinking and you're hungover the next day and you've got a lot of acid reflux, you're eating shite at the festival, you're eating burgers, you're eating chips. These will come in handy if you're quite susceptible to heartburn. Also as well, considering no matter pandemic or not, I would still take hand sanitizer with me, because you're in Portaloos, you don't know who's been using those Portaloos, and sometimes the hand washing stations are just not nice. So it's nice just to have a nice smelling hand sanitizer. I feel like if the hand sanitizers smell good, you're more likely to use them, and especially if they have a easy accessible kind of you know, lid. You know, all you need to do for this is just pop it like that, and it smells of strawberry laces. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and I just feel like it's nice to have nice smelling hand sanitizer, because you're more likely to use it than kind of the nasty stuff. I got this from Superdrug as well, so I'd probably take 2 with me, and I would probably put one of these in my bum bag. Again, I will show you what I would put in my bum bag, but the Carex stuff is really good. It smells nice, and you will definitely need this, especially if there's a festival in the future. With the pandemic still kind of looming over us, then I know for a fact that it's going to be a lot more tighter in the hygiene measures. But pandemic or not, I would still take hand sanitizer with me, and I still have loads of wee hand sanitizers left from my festivals. Also as well, your lips are going to get quite chapped when you're at the festival. You're probably eating salty foods and you'll be a bit dehydrated. Take some lip balm with you. I just got this off ASOS. It's just a Bondi Sands lip balm. I also have one that's got SPF in it, and it kind of protects your lips from getting burnt. But this smells of coconut, it tastes amazing, and this would also come in my bum bag. You can also get smaller ones than this, but this is my favourite lip balm, and it's worth the money because it stays on your lips a bit longer than the cheaper stuff. Trying to keep things compact again, just take a wee kind of travel sized hairbrush with you. This comes with me everywhere, it's great. I would sometimes keep this in my bum bag, but see, to be honest, see when you're at the festival, you really do not brush your hair that much, really only in the morning time. So you could even just bring one of these for you and your friend, or you and your boyfriend, and just share it between you. In terms of perfume and smelling nice, I would definitely just bring one travel-sized kind of body spray. This is a So Ibiza Dreams one, and this is a Ted Mulger Alien. I got this for my Christmas in one of the perfume sets. But again, this could just go in your airport liquids bag. You could just have one wee spray in the morning. Trust me, you're not going to care what you smell like at a festival. I would always think that you'd be spraying yourself constantly at the festival, but you're really not, so you only really need a wee one, and this will do you for quite a few festivals. I think this one can just be nice to just kind of do lots of spray with, and maybe just a wee kind of spray in the morning. And for all my lady friends out there, it is a good idea to bring some feminine products with you, because life is full of surprises. You just don't know what's going to happen, and even if you're not scheduled to have it, then somebody might have a nosebleed, or one of your friends would, and this would just come in so handy. So yeah, and you might just save somebody's life by bringing these with you. I bring these with me everywhere. These are just the Tampax compact ones. They're small and they're nice, durable plastic wrapping, so they don't get ripped. So I just bring these everywhere with me just in case, because you just never know. It's just so handy. So take these with you. Also as well, gals, if you want to tie your hair up, then bring some hair bobbles with you. I would bring quite a few. I would just wrap them around my hairbrush so I know exactly where they are. And also, if you're a girl, you might want to just, or a boy as well, you might want to just compact all your makeup into just one really kind of small bag. Like, I brought far too much stuff with me at a few festivals, and to be honest, all I really do is this makeup look right here. It's my favourite. It's just foundation, bronzer, lip gloss, eyelashes, and your eyebrows and things like that. You really, to be honest, you're really not going to be caring what you look like at the festival anyway, because it's going to be sweaty. You're going to sweat most of it off. There might be some foam parties, there might be some swimming pools. That's what I was looking forward to at Decibel last year, but unfortunately there wasn't any. So you're not really going to care much. You could even just get a spray tan and get your eyelashes and your eyebrows done before you go, and it just saves you all that time doing that. You just wake up in the morning and that's you ready to go. You've got your lashes already done. But I had my lashes done for a festival before, and personally I just didn't like them. I don't know if it's just because who I went to, but they fell out. I didn't like the way they looked. So I'm a fake lashes kind of gal, if you can't tell. So bring in maybe one pair of eyelashes for the whole weekend, one foundation, one mascara. Try to get them travel sized if you can, and keep it all in that one wee bag, because it does, you know, some things do take up quite a lot of space, so it's nice to just have them as compact as you can. And also I would take a teeny tiny tube of lash glue with me. If you have bought, you know, packets such as like Allure eyelashes, they come with a really small tube of of eye glue for your eyelashes, and that would come in my bum bag as well. So yeah, I think I will move on to show you what I would put into my bum bag. Oh yes. Hello, sorry, I know this is an awkward angle, but I'm going to show you. This would be a bag I would take with me when I'm going in the shower. So you've got like a wet bag and like a medical bag, if that makes sense. So I know these trousers don't match this top, but I'm all about that comfort right now. So I got this from Superdrug, and it's just a clear plastic bag. And what I would do when I'm going to the shower, I would take this bag with me. So put in your shampoo and your conditioner, your body wash, your wee loofah, that could go in there as well. And you could put your makeup wipes in there too, and some deodorant, stuff that you don't mind getting wet, and your toothbrush as well, and your toothpaste, some dry shampoo as well. I wouldn't mind that getting wet, but you would keep this in the wee case anyway, so in here, so it doesn't get too fudged up. Won't need that one, that's an extra one. Yeah, so that, as far as like kind of going in the shower is concerned, that's what I would take with me with my towel. I'd be walking to the showers, and I would have my flip-flops with me, because we know how the Portaloo shower things look. So yes, that would be my wet stuff, as I call it. Ugh. And I would also put my kind of Femme Freshie wipes in as well. So that would be my kind of wet bag. I would also maybe have another kind of bag. This would be my kind of medical bag. So I would put things like plasters. I would put my lip balm. I would put my lady tings, my sun cream. That would all go in. You've got ibuprofen gel. That would be going in there. Some deep heat. and some painkillers as well, paracetamol, Nurofen, that would be going in. Your Rennies, oh my god, don't forget your Rennies, that would be going in there. Pseudo cream and some hand sanitizer as well. You've got your earplugs, and yes, that's pretty much it. You would have your fake tan, you'd probably have that separate, but I would probably take two bags with me, and I would try and squeeze as much of that as I could into some sort of suitcase. So this is probably all of the travel size things I would bring with me. Maybe not as much as this, to be honest. I think it depends. If it's a day festival I'm going to and I'm staying at a hotel compared to a festival where I'm camping, I might take a wee bit more if I'm camping. So here's my bum bag here, and I will just show you exactly what I would be taking with me during the festival for walking during the day. So I would definitely be taking one of these, probably this one, because it's a lot more compact. So this would be going in the main bit of my bag, and trust me, you will definitely want to take that. Also some lip balm or lip gloss. If you're wearing lip gloss, you could probably just take one of them with you. So I'll take this Bondi Sands lip balm with me and put that in there. Also some hand sanitizer, because you're going to be using some portaloos and things, so definitely take that with you. This is a strawberry lace one, it's not even focused. So I would just take this with me. I love the strawberry laces one because I feel like you use it more if it smells good, so you've got nice clean hands. So that would be coming in my bum bag with me. And what else would I take? I would probably maybe take a wee strip of paracetamol in my bum bag, because yeah, your back is going to get really sore. So a wee strip of that, and chances are somebody in your group will probably want some because their back will be sore. So definitely take a wee strip of them. I'll put that in. And what else would I take? You could take a body spray with you if you wanted. If you wanted to smell quite good, you could maybe just kind of shove that in. But I feel like you'll be wanting to use up that space for something else. So yeah, you might not want to. Your bum bag will be too heavy. You don't really want to be jumping around with all this stuff in your bag. If you're a gal and you're scheduled to happen, take one of these. Again, the nice kind of compact tampons with you. And if you don't use it, then someone probably else will. You might want to pop that in there. And your money, you'll definitely want to take this with you into your bum bag. I would put that in the front part, just so it's easy for me to get. Also as well, when I'm at the festival, I will take all of my euros with me, because if you're staying in a tent with no lock whatsoever, anybody can just go into your tent. Usually people at the hard dance festivals in Holland are really nice. Nobody really raids your tents, but you just never know. So I take all of my euros with me. And you don't actually use your euros to buy, you know, food and things or booze at the festival. You exchange your money for tokens. So the tokens would also just go in there with my money. It just kind of keeps all the kind of payment stuff all together. And I would just also have, you know, you might want to buy some merch as well. So yeah, that's cash for merch. So you could, yeah, have that. You could take a kind of disposable camera with you as well. I did this for a festival. For DEF CON in 2018, and I kept that in my bum bag, but it's bulky, and again you might want to put other stuff in your bum bag like a hairbrush or whatever. Yeah, I did take one of these to DEF CON in 2018, and I loved the way the pictures turned out. I'll probably show you in the video what they looked like, but they turned out so vintage and so nice. But when I did this for DEF CON in 2019, something happened in the developing process, and I could tell that the pictures were going to turn out so good, but they didn't. They turned out horrible, and I don't know if it was to do with, I got them developed in Tesco, so I don't know if it was something to do with that, and they didn't turn out very nice, but hey ho. One thing I would also take in my bum bag is, again, just my mini kind of lash glue that I got from iLure. This stuff is so sticky. Sorry, my camera won't focus there, but that would be going in my bag as well, because you never know when your lashes are going to pop off. And portable charger for daytime. This would take up a fair bit of space, so that would be going into my bum bag as well. So again, it's looking pretty full, but this is all stuff I know that I would definitely use when I'm walking around the festival. One thing as well that's going to be probably part of the festival essentials in the future is taking a face mask with you. I love my animal print, as you can tell, so this is just a nice kind of funky mask, and you might want to have one that kind of matches your outfit. That just makes the festival so much more interesting. So that would be part of your bum bag essentials, I would say. So especially if you're going in an airport. So yeah, I would add that to your festival checklist. Bring a few face masks with you. Now, one of the most important things I think would go in my bum bag, if you follow me already on TikTok, you will know just how obsessed with Flugel I am. This would be, well, this would take up most of the space in my bum bag. I remember at DEF CON when I would buy boxes of it, which isn't cheap by the way, it's actually quite an expensive drink. So what I would do is leave as much space as I could and buy Flugel at the festivals, especially at Fatality as well, and absolutely fill my bum bag with Flugel. And every time I was looking for something, there'd be Flugel falling all over the place. Bearing in mind these were plastic bottles, so this one's glass, so if you had glass bottles this would weigh down your bag so much, but I had plastic bottles and I would just keep them in my bum bag, and they were just the fun festival accessory. Sometimes this drink, it was just the highlight of my festivals. I would always look forward to doing Flugel, especially with my friends, and I would love showing people how to do them. So yeah. And if you don't already know what Flugel is, then you should definitely follow my TikTok at rave.barbie. I've got some fun videos of doing Flugel with friends. And one thing about Flugel, what I love showing people is how you do them. You would twist the cap off, put it on your nose and drink the inside and have a damn good time. If you're from the UK and you want to buy Flugel, they actually stock them on Amazon. They have cases of 40, cases of 20 and cases of 10. I will link that down below if you're interested in buying them. If you're not from the UK, then I am so sorry. I have no idea if it's stocked in your country. I don't think it's in America because you're not allowed caffeine and alcohol, and this has caffeine in it. So if you are watching my video and you're from there, I am so sorry. I wish I could share just how fun Flugel is, and it tastes really, really nice for an alcoholic shot. A lot of people are quite fascinated by Flugel because it's just a fun party drink, and it's sold at festivals and raves, and you associate Flugel with a good time because that's where they're sold. So that's why I love Flugel so much. It's just associated with such a good time. And some exciting news with Flugel. They actually did email me because my videos went so crazy on TikTok, and I did reply, but I've not had a reply from them from ages, so I hope that they do get back to me because that would just be so fun. And yeah, that's Flugel. In terms of packing your clothes, I would just keep it to the bare minimum. Pack for all weathers. Bring maybe a thin rain jacket, bring some shorts, bring some trousers, just pack for all kinds of weather, crop tops, and bring a funky outfit with you because some festivals do themed days like Sunday Fun Day and all that. So bring a costume because it makes pictures look amazing. You've got more of a chance in being in an after movie, in a picture, things like that. So bring a nice fun costume with you because it is definitely a good idea, and it's so fun to look back on and all the memories and things like that. Also as well, if you're traveling with a group, you guys could have like a theme, you know, you could all be like cavemen or Scotsmen or something in your whole group. Like that's how you identify each other, because you're all wearing this same hat or a funky hat, or it's just nice having kind of like a wee theme for the festival. So that's just a kind of a fun idea that you could maybe try. So I think that pretty much concludes today's video. I hope I kind of covered some nice festival tips for you and some packing essentials, and it got some nice ideas to you. If you haven't already, then you should definitely follow me on TikTok at rave.barbie. I've got loads of fun and interesting videos from when I went to these festivals. I'm hoping to have a lot more content in the future. I really want to kind of get into the YouTube thing because I love making videos. They're so fun. And if you guys want me to make any fun videos, then please comment and I would definitely do that. I'm hoping in future to get a new phone, better quality camera, and I'm planning on vlogging some of the festivals that I go to. I think that would just be such a nice memory to look back on as well. My last festival vlog was just kind of the highlights of the festival and fun festival moments, that kind of thing. But for my next ones, I actually want to be talking to the camera, showing you the campsites, what kind of things involved. I think that would be really fun. So yeah, I'm hoping that's what future content is going to be about. Fingers crossed for this year, but I don't have many hopes, so I think it's next year we're looking at. But do you know what? We've got this Festival Essentials video and we're going to be super prepared. We'll have lots of money saved up and we will be booking things in the future. So yeah, let's look towards the future and hopefully we'll get festivals booked, and maybe I might see some of you guys there. And if you do see me, then say hello, because I'm such a fun person and I like meeting new people. So if you haven't already, then please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. So thank you for watching if you took the time to, and have a lovely day.